lineup nila. It's either early game potential ng PvE dito, mas mabilis maubos yung mga objectives such as the turtles and the turrets sa side ng LB. But LB, look at this, mas control sila when it comes to mid game to late game because they have a lot of control from the Yuzong and also Escanor. Meron din silang burst dito ni Dian using the Kagura.
Oo, yung dalawang fighter talaga dito yung kailangan nating bantayan for the side of U level. Itong lapu-lapu na to and this Yuzong will be the one to take the early lead para sa kanila. Pero look at here kung paano sinecure dito ng U level yung kanilang purple buff with Yato. So speaking of, yung kasi yung talagang pangalan dito ng Hayabusa, nasanay na ako, it's Yato mga kaibigan on the Hayabusa. Meanwhile, here on the bottom lane, masasabi ko lang dito, no, TDC, medyo magiging either main ang magsaset talaga ng tempo given sila dito ang merong Jawhead.
Yep, I completely agree. Since with the rotation from Jawhead, they can control and disrupt the farm or at least the jungle control sa side dito ng Limit Breakers na nakikita nga dito. But Kram here in the bottom lane, medyo delikado. He will be forced to use his flicker out. And kasi dalawang mage din yan ang hirap i-sustain yan just like so. At mukhang sila yung makakuha ng first blood. The single attack from that Pharsa will give PvE a significant lead when it comes to XP.
Hindi na-anticipate ni Kram yung damage potential ng dalawang mages doon onto the bottom lane. He actually used the flicker. Tingin ko takas na siya doon Pero hindi lang siya masyado nag-back off. Hindi niya in-expect na susugurin pa rin siya doon ng Pharsa with the normal attacks. But meanwhile, onto the top lane, so far, Adramain here is the one to control here on the early stages of the game. Look at here onto the back lane. So ang ginagawa ngayon dito ng PvE, etong yung kanilang Jawhead, talagang pinang-vision lang nila, pinang-google lang nila dito sa jungle ngayon dito ng U level. And just like that, nahihirapan ngayon mag-farm ang U level.
Indeed, I completely agree there. Kita natin yung rotation, forcing all the flickers out as early as possible. Mas mabilis sila makaka-rotate given the fact na naghihintay lang sila ng level 4 dito sa side ng PvE. So, now that they know, meron silang idea na wala silang flicker, mas madali tayo makakapag-approach. Maghintay ng level 4 with the ejector plus the feathered airstrike with the stun from the Cometic Lance. So, maulit, fire strangling, hindi aabot. But with the follow-up from Escanor, he will secure that kill on the Sparsa. Nako, Demonoid form na dito si Kram. But again, with the transition from Limit Breakers, makakuha ba sila ng turtle dito? Hindi available or wala pa si Okok sa area ng turtle at mukhang magkakaroon pa rin sila ng fight. Zaman Force will be committed at mukhang apat ang makahuli. Tigasin will able to take one down but with the return kill from the Hayabusa, getting that double kill as well sa side ng PvE. Mukhang sila yata makakakuha dito ng turtle but with the retribution, sabi natin Kuya Rob Luna, yung retribution plus the Thorn Draws combo, mas madali silang makakuha or makaka-steal ng mga turtles.
Oh no, it was actually a good start for the U-level squad during that time. Kasi parang nag 1v1 exchange sila, 1:1 exchange rather, dito yung kanilang dalawang mid lane wherein yung Pharsa and as well doon yung Kagura dito ni Dian. Kaso kasi, nag-transition sila, nag-gets ko yon na nandun naman na din si Kram, apat sila doon, they could potentially take the turtle. Pero kasi, di ba, in the recent buff natin dito sa turtle na to, medyo nagiging scaling na rin siya. Hindi na ito yung malambot di ba, sa umpisa na turtle. So, hindi nila na-anticipate dito yung damage na manggagaling dito for Adramain. Mababa pa naman yung death timer. That's the reason nakabalik doon yung Pharsa. And just like that, medyo nagkaroon ng early lead ngayon dito ang Adramain against U level. Pero kasi ang power spike kasi both of the teams is still on the mid lane, mid game So makikita natin to once Escanor is online, once Kram is online, pwede nilang pasukin dito yung backlines dito ng Adramain. They could potentially pick off once ulit yung Pharsa pagka medyo makunat-kunat na dito si Kram. Pero as of the moment mga kaibigan, Adramain, they are yet to set the tempo. Snowball ika nga, pero mukhang maiipit yung dalawa dito sa ibaba.
Sandwich play attempt sa side ng Limit Breakers. Kaso mukhang nakita sila dito ni Pharsa, ni Eljoy, at he will get away and run away from the lane. At mukhang pupunta sila sa middle lane since medyo bakante ng middle lane.
Oo, ang ganda ng map awareness dito ng Adramain. In-anticipate talaga nila na mag-rotate na yung U-level doon sa may bottom lane. And given, hindi pa natin na-mention dito yung dalawang Pilipinong hero natin doon sa top lane. Mas nakakalamang doon si Paquito. And speaking of, si Tigasin, literal na matigas. Hindi siya doon na-pick off, mga kaibigan. Itong harit na to, sobrang tigas na yelo.
Sobrang tigas talaga. Plus, given the fact na Zaman Force na commit na slowing down any enemy heroes inside at medyo risky yung kung pumasok sila sa loob ng Tier 1 turret. And also with the Chrono Dashes, talagang ang hirap. Plus the key inside, mas makakakuha siya ng shields, causing him to absorb more damage at all. And look at this, mukhang makakuha na naman. PvE will secure the second turtle of the game. But look at this, Imperial Justice, plus meron pang Unstoppable Force, pero magdi-disengage muna sila. Sabi nila, kalma muna, sandali lang. 5 minutes of the game pa lang, kakatanggal pa lang ng energy shields.
Alam mo, on point dito lagi yung ano ni Choco nung Lancelot, yung kanyang retribution. And this is gonna be a very good start para sa side ngayon dito ng Aethermain as the ejector will be going to Dockman. The question is, kaya bang patumbahin to ng Aethermain? And the answer is not. Pero ngayon kasi Kuya TDZ, kumbaga kung saan pumupunta dito, nagre-react lang ngayon dito ang U-level. Going to the bottom lane, mukhang mababasagan na ngayon ng turret ang U-level here on the bottom lane. Ang mahirap dito, na-choke out na sila unti-unti.
Yeah, at ito yung magiging play dito ng PvE. Control the early game as soon as possible. Map control ang laban dito ng PvE sa side ng LB. Kaya hanggat makokontrol nyo yung jungle area ng LB, mas madali kayo magta-transition once na nag-hit tayo ng mid-game. And look at this, PvE. Si Shurby naman, mukhang focus lang tayo sa turret. Ignore muna si Hayabusa and then disengage Shadow. Kill, pero enough ba yung damage dito? Mukhang mananock up pa siya. 1 and 2, time to run away. Those smart missiles mukhang hindi tama within the AoE, but Escanor will secure 1 kill aside ng Limit Breakers. Pero mukhang umabol pa rin dito si Okoch with the Phantom Execution. Mukhang inahabol. Physical attack hindi pa rin enough. Pinapumasok sa loob dito ng Imperial Justice, but with the Thorn Throws, medyo masakit na yung damage dito, Kuya Rob. Almost half HP agad yung damage para kay Dockman.
Pero hindi pa sila humihinto dito. The U-level squad want to re-engage mga kaibigan. As the Black Dragon here coming from Crowd will be going in the flame shot. Will that hit? Dito coming from Dian, and that's gonna be the end of the engagement. Kuya TDZ, it looks like basang-basa ng Aethermain ang galaw ngayon dito ng U-level. Pero kasi ito yun ito lang yung mangyayari dito. There is parang a silver lining for the side of U-level right now. Choco, nakakapag-farm siya dito pero at least hindi siya nakakakuha ng mga kills. So, we have this point na, sabihin na natin this is a 3,000 lead in terms of Aethermain. Pero both of the mid turrets is still hindi pa nababasag. So, in terms of going into Lord Pit, pag lumabas yung Lord natin on the 9-minute mark, tingin ko makakasabay pa naman ng U-level, pero yun na nga, napitas nila doon ang Jawhead, pero papalag pa rin naman dito ang Aethermain.
Nako, nahuli dito sa loob si Dian, pero meron siyang Rush Umbrella Flea. But moving forward here para kay Cram, hindi muna sila mag-i-engage. Tingin ko ang attempt dito ng Limit Breaker is, okay, wala na silang ultimate, we can try to go in, at yun yung ginagawa nilang opportunity to get a much more better space para sa next objective, which is the turtle. Pero kailangan din mag-ingat dito ng Limit Breakers kasi medyo naiiwan, nakakalamang dito ang PvE when it comes to items, and that will give a go signal for Eljoy to go back and get the missing mana away. Pero Zaman Force dito sa bottom lane, mukhang nahuli. But with the ultimate here from Escanor, will give him enough space para hindi gaano mahuli dito. At least mabawasan yung HP because ang next objective pa rin dito is the turtle.
Yes, ito lang nga yung susunod nilang objective dito, TDZ. Nakuha ng 2 turtle dito kanina ng Aethermain, pero ang tanong, kaya ba nilang kunin tong pangatlo? Yon ang malaking question dahil pumapalag naman dito ang U-level and looks like another engagement na mangyayari dito with the Imperial Justice na mahuli doon. Another turtle na mapupunta kay Choco, pero mamamatay doon si Dockman at sunod mo na din si Escanor. That's gonna be a double kill para doon sa Harit natin, mga kaibigan, as 2 members or rather 4 para dito sa U-level squad ang nabura at ang natira si Yato na lang dito at muntikan pa siyang makita doon. Di pa kito.
Nako, Kuya Rob, 4-2 exchange ang ginawa dito ng PvE. Napagod ng engagement at piling-pili talaga. Alam na alam nila na nalamang sila when it comes to positioning. And look at this, Tigasin using the Zaman Force plus the Chrono Dashes, removing another turret away from Limit Breakers. Kuya Rob, sabi mo nga kanina, di ba? Yung middle lane ang pinaka-importante. At tagang mas madali sila makakakuha at makakapag-rotate sa jungle area dito ng Limit Breakers.
Ang naging problema kasi nila doon, during the turtle fight, pagpasok doon ni Dockman, walang follow-up. Kumbaga, yes, nandun yung yin overturn. Kaso nga lang, ang problema, hindi nag-synchronize yung mga layering of skill na magagaling dito sa U-level. And given that sustained din yung mga fighters nila dito, mukhang may laban pang magaganap dito sa ibaba. At yun na nga, mga kaibigan, as Aethermain, look at the zone out na ginagawa dito ng Farsa, pero mukhang mahuhuli siya dito, TDZ.
Nakahuli siya dito, wings by wings, plus the flicker out, pero nasunog siya ng damage with the Dockman. At mukhang si Nav dito nag-aabang din sa may brush area. Shurby is also there. Mukhang naghahanap sila magandang target. Ejector sa likod ng wall at mukhang makahuli sila with the Thorn Throws. And the last hit, smart missiles para kay Nav. They will pick off one member again sa side ng Limit Breakers.
I really thought na hindi pa mapapatay yun doon ng Aethermain as the ejector hindi nag-connect doon sa Phantom Execution doon ng Lancelot. Pero Docman is actually getting a good Imperial Justice pero laging nang problema sila with the follow-up. Yun yung hindi nagsisynchronize ngayon with the side of U level. Ngayon, basag yung torre nila sa gitna. Pero look at the gold lead. Kuya TDC, hindi pa rin naman nalalayo. Almost 3,000 lang, hindi naglalaro. Kahit sabihin na natin almost ma-wipe out kanina yung U-level, sumasabay pa rin sila dito. At masasabi ko lang, tingin ko, yung first lord natin dito magiging mabigat as they were actually trying to get it right now. Diversion lang to, TDC. Pinapalaro-laro lang sila dito. Kumbaga, jabated lang ang clash na to.
Naku, mukhang nakakuha pa sa isa. Si Shurby dito, Escanor will go down. Pero sabi mo nga kanina, Kuya Rob, diversion play. Almost 3/4 HP lang ang naiiwan dito sa Lord. At mukhang humahabol pa dito ang Limit Breakers. Hinarang dito ni Cram or ano ni Navi. But with the retribution, para dito kay Choco, he will secure the next Lord. So mga kaibigan, magbabuff na yung next minion wave. At mukhang ito yung opportunity ng PvE with the Feathered Airstrike. Docman with the tank emblem. Sobrang kunat niya. Imperial Justice into Spiral Strangling. Cometic Lance. Palayo. Since alam nila na meron ng immortality si Navi, okay, wait lang, kalma muna tayo. Hintayin natin yung susunod na engagement. Pero sa middle lane naman, again with the Shadows, able to run away from that but almost killing another member here of PvE.
Oh no! Nadjabate dito ang U-level mga kaibigan as they were torn kung ano ba yung dapat nilang gawin. Kailangan ba nilang mag-react doon sa may bottom lane or hindi nila talaga in-anticipate dito na kinukuha na pala dito ng Aethermain ang Lord. Now it's gonna be a hard defense ngayon na manggagaling from U-level. Kaya pa nila to. Kuya TDC, this is just a level 1 Lord, hindi pa to Luminous Lord. Kaso ang magiging problema dito is there's a possibility na maubos na ngayon lahat ng mga outer turrets dito ng U-level.
Yep, I completely agree. Tingin ko mukhang makakaabot sila dito. Cram, medyo out of position, forced to use the flicker. Out with the Black Dragon form, sinusubukan niyang umalis pero sumugod pa rin siya. Sinusubukan niya pa rin control dito ang members ng PvE but look at the Lord here. Almost quarter HP sa turret ang na-damage ng PvE with that engagement. But two heroes ng LB ang matutumba and again they will try to go with the Zaman Force Chrono Dashes. Mukhang mahuhuli naman sila sa Escanor. Escanor will go down, Spiral Strangling trying to get that additional shield pero mukhang makakuha pa sila ng isa pang turret dito habang si Shurby naman is split push sa may top lane. Spiral Strangling trying to clear out the cannon pero mukhang hindi pa rin tapos dito ang PvE. Ngayon sumusugod sila 5 para dun sa may turret. Pinasok dito ni Shurby, mukhang hindi magandang pag-back off dito ng Limit Breakers at Quero PvE. Talagang ni-split push nila yung taas at yung bottom lane. Makakakuha naman sila sa pang turret at transition naman sila sa may taas. Shurby able to secure another turret out. Wala nang outer turret dito yung LB, mga kaibigan. Docman again trying to go with the Imperial Justice plus the Spiral Strangling. But he will try to go and disengage with the flicker out.
Yes, disengage nga yata. Pero patay na naman dito si Yato. Pero Tigas and the Harriet will be falling down. Pero nasa gitna. Ngayon dito si Crown. 3 miyembro dito ng Aethermain ang kanyang nilalabanan. Siya naman ay mawawala na lang bigla. At si Farsa, naka-double kill. 2 members down ang nawala dito onto the both squads. Kaso ang problema, Kuya TDZ, wala ng base turrets ngayon dito ang U level at kaya lang ulit-ulitin to ng Aethermain to play it safe. Kuya TDC, kailangan lang nilang hintayin dito ang susunod na Lord at posible natapusin na nila ngayon dito ang U-level.
I completely agree. Tagang naghihintay lang sila. Pero nagkaroon ng magandang space dito ang Limit Breakers. Again, with that long-range shot from Dian, with the flame shot from Dian, able to secure one out. At yung inakuha niya pa is yung pinaka-isa pang core hero din ng PvE, which is si Tigasing with this Harriet. So, ang gandang opportunity yon. But the best thing that they can do right now is to play it safe. Try to get all of the resources sa may jungle area para at least makahabol sila when it comes to net worth and experience. Hindi gaano, well, medyo 6K na yung lamang dito ng gold when it comes to PvE and also with the items. Pero unti-unting nagkaka-items rin dito si Dian and also Docman. Much more better when it comes to his items here. Ayan, meron siyang Necklace of Durance para at least makontrol niya yung HP ni Navi. When it comes to the shield with the Spiral Strangling as well, mukhang makahuli sila ng isa. Navi trying to run away. But again, with the Feathered Airstrike, Docman, mukhang masakit pa rin magic damage dito. Escanor trying to fight against 5 with the flicker out. Pero meron siyang Chrono Dashes at mahuhuli naman yata dito si Escanor. Double kill para kay Tigasin. Mukhang corner dito si Hayabusa. Navi trying to chase but ito magandang opportunity din dito ni Habibusa. Trying to buy some time, enough time para mag-respond ulit or ma-defend nila yung main inhibitor turret.
Kaso ang tanong, enough ba yung time na yon dahil yung mga kanyang kakampi dito sa kanilang base ay inuubos na ngayon dito nila Tigasin. Sama mo pa tong Farsa as Dian is the only one is alive. Si Yato dito ang susunod as the team. U-level is wiped out and either main getting game number 1.
Wow, PVE.